Hi there, Sharon Horne-Ellstrom. Welcome to day 299 of our Be a Better You annual challenge. Today we're talking about the physical IDEANCE process, the process we came up with in the beginning of the year. Every January for the last couple of years, we have come up with, as a group, our own process. And it usually has a name like this one. We made this one up, IDEANCE, because we think of the steps that we're going to have in our process, and then we brainstorm and come up with different words that could make it easy to remember them and hope that we can get an acronym out of it. So this one's IDEANCE. It's a little weird. All of the translating softwares don't understand it. They always call it IDEAS instead of IDEANCE, but I go in and edit that out. So today we're talking about step 3 of this process, which is to explore options. We want to, since we identified the gap yesterday, because the day before that, we came up with, well, where are we right now? What's our current situation? Yesterday, we looked at, well, what's our desired situation? Wouldn't have popped into our minds. We wouldn't have thought of it if it was already exactly how we want it to be. So yesterday, we identified and hopefully you visualized and really thought about how you want to feel when you reach the desired state, and wrote a paragraph or two about what the desired state looks like for you, because that's what really matters. And then today now, that forms a gap between where we are and where we want to be. So our job now is to brainstorm options to start filling that gap. And we want to fill that gap by the end of the year. So we want to get some really great ideas. How do we go about doing that? I share a tool. I wasn't going to do this one today because I'm kind of sick of it, but it works so well that I just share it because it's nice to have a tool in your toolbox that when you can't think of another one, you just go use it and it's your go-to tool. And that is, of course, the 10-3-1 tool. It's where I challenge myself to brainstorm at least 10 possible ways to begin filling the gap, right? So, for example, in this challenge, I'm wanting to lose 20 pounds by the end of the year. What are 10 possible ways I could go about doing that? I could go on, I could change my diet. I could get a supplement. I could, which I never would do, go on some kind of a drug like Ozempic. I could get a coach. I could join a club. There's 5 right there. It takes about a minute to come up with 10 things. And then I write those down, and then as I go about my day, I think, okay, as I notice things that would help me, I write them down. Like maybe I go on a keto diet. Maybe I look at 75 hard, even though there's not 75 days left between now and the end of the year. But you understand what I'm saying. We come up, and they can be far-fetched, crazy ideas. Maybe I go to a sweatbox or a spa. I don't know. There's all kinds of possibilities, right? And that's what's fun about this, is opening our mind to the fact that there are infinite possibilities to get what we want and achieve our goal. And maybe I have to go get gastric bypass surgery. It can go on the list, right? I'm never going to do it, but it can go on the list as possibilities, because sometimes when we combine different ideas that pop into our head, we find the perfect solution, right? Or one will lead to another, to another, to another. That's why I think brainstorming is such a powerful tool. All right, so today we're going to come up with at least 10, and I will show you, I've already prepped my book for that, 10 options that I'm going to write down. I could have written down 5 or 6 already since we started flying through some, but I will do that this morning. I challenge you to do the same. When you're done, share done in the comments below, right? So we can support one another. If you want to share a couple of yours or your list of 10, do that too, right? Because you never know. Somebody might have some input or feedback that could give you the perfect idea that can help you achieve your goal or objective or challenge area by the end of this year. All right. Any questions? You know what to do. Just ask. Otherwise, have an awesome day. And I will, of course, be with you tomorrow. And we will hop into step 4A of our IDEANCE process. Have a great day.